All right, so this is gonna be our first kinematic problem. When we start any kinematic problem, we're always gonna use the same 6 variables. You write them down every single time. This little symbol right here is a not symbol. It just means initial. So this would be my initial position. This would be my final position. This is my initial velocity. This is my final velocity. This is my acceleration. This is my time. So now when I go through and I read the problem, which we have right here, a car traveling 30 meters per second slams on the brakes and comes to a stop. There's some variables given right there. First of all, the car traveling 30 meters per second is my initial velocity. And then you have to be careful reading here. When it says comes to a stop, that's telling us that the final velocity is 0. After hitting the brakes, it skids for 45 meters. What was the acceleration of the car during this process? So I'm going through, you guys read your problem now, and from that I know that my initial velocity is 30 meters per second. I know that it comes to a stop, so my final velocity is 0 meters per second. I know that it skids for 45 meters, and this part can be confusing. It's not giving me a starting distance, so I'm just going to assume that my initial position is 0, and it says that it goes for 45 meters. So this is going to have 45 meters right here. I'm looking for my acceleration, and we'll just note that time is not given. Because time's not given, when I'm looking at my 3 kinematic equations to choose from, I'm going to look for the one that doesn't have time in it and has all these variables. So now to scooch over here, that's going to show me to use this equation right here. Doesn't have time, but it has everything else I need. I'm going to just plug my numbers in. You do want to be careful here to make sure you square the 900 before you then bring it over, because this minus should be staying with it. That has to be negative on that side of the equation. You do the basic algebra right here, and bada bing, bada boom, that is your answer.